Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series for the 29th of December 1990. We close 1990 in, I wouldn't say an impactful way, but it's definitely a way that is, I guess, important for that time and place. 1990 has been a good year. We obviously haven't had the whole series, but smatterings of 1990 are better than nothing. We moved to the Honky Tonk Man being part of the announce team, which is kind of really bizarre. That's an experiment that doesn't last very terribly long, maybe a couple of months at most. I don't even think it's that long, but anyway. Curt Hennig gets the Intercontinental Championship back by this point. He's out there with Bobby Heenan. He's going after an enhancement talent pretty aggressively. He will hold the Intercontinental Championship through the summer of 1991 here. Drop kick by the enhancement talent. And you can even see he's kind of hopping around like he might have tweaked his back. Now, he's either really selling really well or he might have actually tweaked it. But in set promo, Hennig says he's one of the best ever, and I would agree. He's one of my favorite Intercontinental Champions of all time. I would honestly say, Rick Rude, because I came in with him being, is probably one of my favorites as well. Big back body drop by Hennig and hits a knee lift and a perfect plex. There is an update. Update is basically moving towards the Dusty and Dustin Rhodes match. The vignettes that start the breakup with Virgil and DiBiase are here. Virgil being ordered to give DiBiase a massage, basically saying that Dustin Rhodes ain't nothing, but then tells Virgil to do his toes. Virgil hesitates for just a second, and DiBiase is dissatisfied with that. Gene Okerlund says he wouldn't want that job. I wouldn't either. Anyway, Tugboat up next. And he hits a big overhead toss release slam on what I believe is Bob Bradley here, who moves out of the way at the last minute. Actually, might be, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is Bob Bradley at that point. But anyway, basic stuff. Some chokes, but Typhoon, a.k.a. Tugboat, at this point, able to use his weight, and he manages to hit a splash. We start to plug the Royal Rumble with various members already announced or at least put through graphics. We see the Nasty Boys in their debut with Jimmy Hart. At one point, McMahon calling Jerry Sags Skags and Scabs, but Sags throws the enhancement talent to the outside. Very punch kick offense. Of course, they are less than a year removed from, or actually a couple of months removed from, the Steiner Brothers Halloween Havoc 1990 match, which is probably the biggest match the Nasty Boys could have had in terms of getting there. That's probably a contributing factor to what caused them to get stolen away from WCW at the time. Anyway, headbutts and really basic stuff by the Nasty Boys. Nasty Boys don't even really have a finish here. Jimmy Hart is hyping them. Pump handle slam and the elbow 1, 2, 3 for the Nasty Boys. Christmas decorations galore. The model and Jake Roberts are going to have a match on January, I believe it's the 12th in Boston. Martel is less than impressed. Snuka and DiBiase renew an old rivalry here. Snuka says he's not willing to eat any $100 bills. Kent Carlson facing off against Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts, LJ and Hasbro figure is rather prominent in the crowd. Jake with less vision problems than before. Some body slams, a couple of kicks. Martel does an inset promo where he's wearing an I am the model button, and it's a pretty big deal. A short clothesline by Jake after tipping him up and over. And the DDT, Damien the Snake makes a cameo appearance, obviously, and Jake Roberts back in, I guess you'd say, peak condition. Sergeant Slaughter out next. Slaughter is gifted by Saddam Hussein army boots or some sort of boots. Slaughter makes a comment that Hussein had given him these boots. Also, that it had been wrapped in American wrapping paper and they are combat green. At this point, I am sure Slaughter receiving the death threats that he would later talk about in various interviews and other things. Bossman and an enhancement talent up next. Bossman with some punches, some kicks, basic things around there. Still plugging the Bobby Heenan matches and Barbarian. Barbarian basically taking Root's place in most matches. Heenan taking him other places. Bossman adds the ball and chain. After the Bossman slam and drops the ball and chain on his opponent as a babyface move. Don't understand it, but it exists. Anyway, we have a post-match from Boston. Earthquake says he beat Hogan. The main event of a matinee show is Hogan and Bravo against Tugboat or Hogan and Tugboat against Bravo and Earthquake. We then move towards the Ultimate Warrior promo for his world title match in a couple of weeks at the Royal Rumble on January 19th with Sergeant Slaughter. He basically says he's a general. He, being the Warrior, is a general to all his warriors, and he's not concerned with what Slaughter is doing. Hawk says he's prepared to fight anyone, including his own tag partner, Jim Neidhart, Hacksaw Duggan, Smash, and others, Samba Simba, and Paul Roma, and all these others will be part of the Royal Rumble extravaganza. Savage basically says he should be getting the championship shot. Hogan says he doesn't matter if he is the first man in, last man in, he's winning the Rumble. And actually, I think he's right. I think he'd won 90 and 91. Undertaker, Kane the Undertaker, against an enhancement talent here. Kane the Undertaker, otherwise known as just the Undertaker. And yes, they did use the Kane name for at least a few weeks. Big body slam and a big elbow drop by the Undertaker. Actually hits a vertical drop kick as well. Big flying clothesline. And the Tombstone, Brother Love, the manager for at least a little bit. And the Undertaker looks to be in solid form. So much younger looking, yeah, big surprise there. But it's just amazing to see how far he's come. There is an enhancement, event center promo. Mr. Perfect and Kerry Von Erich will do Battle at the Boston Garden on the 12th of January. Roddy Piper is the referee for the encounter, and that's a pretty big deal. And then they run through that series, and ultimately we are calling the mega matches, and we're closing for the year of 1990. We'll be back with more right after this.